Hey y'all, welcome back. Season 2, episode 17. We have no title for this yet, but we have another Monday recording, and it's the three of us. Who's
Yes.
joined us, the producer's here. Kevin's also here. I don't know what he's doing. He's taking pictures. Um,
Oh,
but
this is awesome. You're gonna
oh
hate this photo. Can't wait.
He's
God,
running the social media.
why did we give him this? Oh, we know why we gave him this power because
I don't want to do it.
Because you don't
that
want to do it.
you didn't want to
Andrew
do it, and
doesn't
when
want
I
to do it.
when I tried to do it, it like blew up in my face 3 times. So I'm like, well, Kevin, you do it.
Yeah. How many times did the Manly Musics podcast Instagram get hacked by
Three
like
times.
Bitcoin freaking sellers?
Three
Unreal.
times it got hacked. In literally
Nice.
a week-long period of me making accounts, it got hacked. And then I couldn't get into my own account for 3 days. I was like,
Oh
what the?
my god,
My favorite
unbelievable.
thing is when you sent me the Instagram account. Originally, you were like, you should follow the account. I was like, okay. And I did. And then, like, 2 days later, you texted me. You're like, you should follow the account. And I was like, I did. And then you were like, we made a new one. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want to know. And I was like, all right.
And then I just yelled at Kevin to do it. I was like, Kevin,
Yeah.
I'm done. You do social media better than I do, so you go do it. So that's how Kevin got that job.
Yeah.
But this week, sports, nothing too crazy. We're going to talk about, of course, the championship games from last night and yesterday afternoon. We're also going to touch on another iconic Lakers Celtics game that happened on Saturday. And probably a little bit of a recap of the fun trip that Kevin and I had out to UBS Arena the other day. But let's start with the weekly sports update. I thought this one was funny. I don't know why, but Stetson Bennett getting arrested for public intoxication in Dallas. Have either of you seen the video of him getting
I have
arrested?
not. I saw
Negative.
pictures,
I
but I
have
haven't seen the
not.
video.
Dude, it's like it's from the dash cam, so it's far off. But you see this guy, he's like walking, and the cops are telling him, like talking to him, whatever. He starts running, and the cops just like drill him into like a wall, like a half wall into the yard, someone's yard. And all the memes afterwards are now, well, Dallas, police department can show the TCU defense how to tackle Stetson Bennett. I'm like, oh God. Oh God. The 25-year-old kid, public intoxication, not life altering, nothing crazy, but it is kind of funny. A couple weeks after the national championship, this dude's just out there getting drunk. Like, good for you.
I mean, he's probably still partying. He's won back to back now. So,
yeah. And he's still older than like a bunch of quarterbacks in the NFL.
I mean, truth be
How old is he?
told,
29?
25.
25.
He's 25. He and Lamar Jackson were both in the high school at the same time. Let's put it that way.
It's like I'm looking at quarterback.
I mean, truth be told, let's just be honest for a second. The dude won 2 national championships for the University of Georgia. He's pretty much honestly untouchable. Yeah, sure, he got public intoxication, but they don't give a shit.
How many of our friends got that in college? I think it was like half of my friends I knew had that charge, and 2 years later,
I had a few friends with that.
It's gone. It gets expunged because no one cares.
And also, just like add into the fact that he really don't need to do much. He won 2 national championships. If he wanted to just end his football career and just be like, just hang out, he's probably kind of set. He'll get hired somewhere in the state of Georgia's. He's pretty much, an icon there now after winning the national championship back to back. I mean, let him live his life. He's living the dream. He's, living the good life while he can. Let him do his thing. And it is what it is. I just say, I salute you, sir.
I hope he goes to the NFL. I really do. I think he's a good quarterback. There's plenty of spots. There's potential spots for him there, but if not,
oh yeah,
University of Georgia will just be like, hey, you want to come back for another year? like the Oregon player or wherever the heck he transferred to, have like 12 years of eligibility.
I think he'll get drafted. You can't. A lot of people. I didn't. Okay, so I have to be first honest.
Oh boy.
I don't watch a ton of college football, so I'm not like super genius. But the man hung 65 points in the fucking national championship. I have to bleep that. Damn. Anyway, that's impressive. Even
There's
if
the
you say
beat.
like, oh, like the team is better and like, blah, 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 blah. 65 points in a game.
That's a
That's
lot.
something to be. Yeah. And I found 24 quarterbacks who are under the age of 25. So,
Oh my God. That's what? 3/4 of the quarterbacks in the NFL.
yeah, Trey Lance, Sam Howell, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trevor Bailey Zappi, Malik Willis, Desmond Ryder,
Mac
Ritter,
Jones.
Mac Jones, Brock Purdy, Matt Corral, Justin Herbert, Tua, Jordan Love, Hurts, Tyler Huntley, Sam Ellinger. He was the guy on the Colts. Davis Mills, Kenny Pickett, Sam Darnold, Lamar, Daniel, and Kyler are all 25 as well.
Wow.
There are a few others that I skipped that are
Darnold
like
is-
backups that started a few games. Darnold's 25 still.
Well, I feel like he's
Right?
been in the league
Right?
forever already. But
He's been bad forever.
he hasn't been bad. He just
Well, yeah. I'm not. There are a lot of people that I talked to that were like, Sam Darnold would be awesome if he was on a good team.
I don't see him
sorry.
being awesome. I think he's serviceable.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
He's better than Davis Mills.
Yeah,
Hey, let's be honest.
he gets a
you
thumbs
know,
up.
you know what? This year he was probably better than Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And he was
I didn't
better
watch
than
a ton
Matt
of
Ryan.
Panthers. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Matty Ice, when he got traded to the Colts, ESPN was legitimately considering the Colts a Super Bowl contender. So
Well, yeah, they had a top defense and the best running back in the league, and then they decided they forgot how to run the ball all season. So that, yeah.
And be a top defense in the league. They were a good defense, but they were
Yeah. No. Here's something that I thought would pop Kevin's attention. Breonna Stewart, she is deciding on her free agency for the WNBA on where she's going to go. So she's either going to go back to the Storm in Seattle, where she's played, well, she's been in the league, what, 6 years, 5 years?
About.
Or go to the New York Liberty.
Interesting.
Oh, and Candace Parker decided to go to Vegas.
And Vegas is now an epic super team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea Plum.
Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson.
Candace Parker. Yeah.
They're
That team's
probably gonna win the
unbelievable.
West again. Now if Stewie decides to go to New York, some pluses. She's gonna be playing with a young, talented guard in Sabrina Ionescu.
And that team is very young too.
They're all very young.
The Liberty team, yeah.
I think they just need another person to help Sabrina. They don't have a secondary scorer, at least last time I checked. But if Stewie decided to go to New York, I mean, that would be pretty awesome because honestly, I haven't seen the Liberty get wins since Becky Hammond was playing, and that's a long time already. So if Stewie goes to New York, I would be all about that. And it'd give a little bit of the shift and change of power. So kind of a changing of the guard right now in the WNBA. Think about people that are retired: Sue Bird, Sylvia Fowles, recently retired from Chicago. So with that, I would love for her to go to Liberty, but that's just because I also root for the Liberty. So maybe she'll stay in Seattle. Who knows?
And
but
reading into this a little bit more, so the Liberty also traded for Jonquel Jones, a former MVP for the WNBA. So they just added a secondary scorer for Sabrina, but we all know that doesn't really help all the time. You do need to have somebody else there. But apparently she had the Lynx and the Mystics on our list, which the Lynx haven't been good in a while, and the Mystics were good with Deladon. And
Yeah,
then
and
that
then
ended
they traded Deladon.
to the Fire.
And then the Mystics, they've last time I remember them. Hold on, wait, no, the Lynx. The Lynx were good when Mayamura was playing.
Right.
And that
Yeah.
time. So it's been some time.
2017, they won the title, but
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been 6 years. We'll see. Like, I would love to see Breon Stewart come to New York. I think that would make a really good team. I will actually go to a game this season. I think I keep saying I'll go, and I haven't.
Liberty game?
Yeah, I think we should.
No,
That'd be a lot of fun.
That should definitely be on our "we're out here" list because I've wanted to go to a Liberty game, but I just haven't want to go by myself.
I don't want to go by myself. Oh, that's so cute.
make a we out here. Give
Yeah.
me more to edit and then release like 2 weeks after I get it.
Perfect.
It's okay. I mean, that's how we're trending.
You have this thing called school. So we kind of understand.
And a job.
No, you don't really do a job. You just whatever.
No. Is the second "we're out here"? Oh my God, "We're Out Here" Clippers is out. I can't wait.
Oh gosh, I need to watch it all.
I told you guys so many times it came out.
Dude, I've been in back-to-back phone calls all day, so it was very busy. I haven't even done what I said I would send you stuff today. I haven't had the time.
I gotta share them out. I haven't had a chance to share the "we're out here's" yet, so I will be sharing those out so people can see it.
I have to download all of Kevin's footage. So if you
don't
want to send me emails until tomorrow,
I will do that. I will wait till tomorrow to send you emails. All right, so this is the biggest NFL news besides the games yesterday and Tom Brady. The Miami Dolphins saying Tom Brady's not coming to them, and we'll touch upon the Miami Dolphins in a second. The Packers have a potential of trading Mr. Aaron Rodgers. I saw that tweet come up from Adam Schefter before I deleted my Twitter because I just didn't care about it anymore. What are your thoughts, and where do you think he goes if they do trade him?
I think they should trade him. Not because so I think they shouldn't trade him because he was bad last year. That should be a factor in it. But they should trade him because they're paying him a ridiculously large amount of money and they can get a lot of capital for trading. That's why they should be trading. And they have Jordan Love, who's like seemingly okay. We just haven't seen enough, I don't think. But I've heard a lot of different places. Tennessee is something I'm hearing often because Tannehill is a wet paper bag. The Raiders need a quarterback, but I think Tom Brady is going to go there personally, and the Jets. But I've also heard that Garoppolo is going to go there. So I have no idea.
A lot of options. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't know. I've just been like, it's kind of been annoying lately. I honestly, in my personal opinion, I think he should just retire. Retire a Packer, but I know he's got too much of an ego for that. So I will say I would have loved to see him in the Jets. I think he would totally, completely give a new name to that franchise in which it's a exciting quarterback that people know. He's a star. With some trepidations that he can't handle the New York media, because I do feel like he's a little sensitive when he talks to them. But I think he would have two young people on the side. You have Sauce with the defense. You have Garrett Wilson, and when Breece Hall gets healthy, a good running back and wide receiver combo. So I would love if he can go to the Jets, but I feel like he's just gonna go somewhere ordinary. And that I'd just be like underwhelmed. So
I've seen like Commanders and stuff like that. Like
no,
I don't think that's like the. I've also heard like Seahawks, but I don't
No,
I
the
don't know, I feel
Seahawks.
like they're more like
Nah, man, they're gonna bring back Gino. I
They're
think.
bringing back Gino.
yeah. I think
They've
they'll
already
probably
said that
draft
that's
a
happening.
quarterback and bring Gino back, and then when Gino, I think his contract's up what next year, or the year after?
No, he's a free agent this
he's
year.
approaching. He's a free agent this year. I
Yeah,
thought he
he's
was approaching. He isn't quite.
he's
He's
a
this year. Okay.
He's a restricted free agent, so he can get the franchise tag.
Okay. Yeah. So I think they'll keep Gino. That's the smart move for them.
Yeah, they'll keep.
They almost made the playoffs. They were one win
No,
away.
they made the playoffs. They got blown out by the 49ers.
Oh yeah, no, they did. They the Packers are the ones that almost made the playoffs.
Right. The Packers
Lions
had to
played
beat the
spoiler.
Lions, but they couldn't do that.
Yep.
I keep thinking, like Kevin, the Jets is probably the best spot for him, or his own couch, so he don't have to listen to him anymore. Because Brady is probably going to go to the Raiders.
Yeah,
that's the only spot I see him
that
going.
or retire.
Yeah, we'll see. He
And
might do his fake retirement again. You never know.
Yeah, he could pull an MJ retire like a ton of times.
MJ, yeah, that's true. He did it twice. I was gonna say he didn't do it. And I was like, no, he did it twice.
And then he played baseball that other time.
He played baseball and he came back, played for a few more years, retired, came back and played for the Wizards and retired for good. And then did you guys see this news from Tua's parents that came out? I think you and I talked about it Saturday, Kevin. His parents came out and said he'll be ready to play next year, beginning of the season.
Yes.
This boy is still in concussion protocol a month after being put back in it for, let's be honest, the third time. I don't care what people say that his first injury of the season was
lower
not
back
a
injury.
that was a head injury, 100%. He has had 3 major concussions this year. I'm going to keep saying it. Just retire. Just walk away at this point, dude, because it's not going to get any better.
Yeah, him and Hamlin should both just hang it up.
Hamlin. Yeah, Hamlin.
I don't know. There's been some weird stuff about him. Have you seen that? Like the conspiracies and stuff?
Oh, yeah. The conspiracy theories thinking that he's dead.
Because like no one's seen pictures of him. Yeah.
Except he posted a video 2 days ago. So it's all the conspiracy theories are gone. But that's kind of where we're at sports wise. There's not much besides what we're going to talk about in a little bit. But can we all talk about West Virginia basketball? Because football doesn't matter right now. There's no talks with them. Basketball. Really?
Basketball, they won.
I know. I guess
they finally won.
They've beaten 2 ranked teams this year.
I know. You didn't sound so excited about it.
I'm very excited. I was just waiting for you to be excited.
I mean, I said it last week. Like literally every single game is against somebody ranked. And if we can somehow pull off a couple more victories, we could, still make that little tournament run. I just, what scares me about this team is that we cannot just put them away. When the other team is down, we want to do everything in our power to make the game, quote unquote, exciting. Because, I just remember being on my phone. I'm like, game, they got it. They're up by 10, 4 minutes left. Cool. All of a sudden, lead is down 8, 6, 4, 3. Then all of a sudden, we make a run up by 8 again. Cool. 2 minutes with a minute left. Cool. And all of a sudden, the time just stops. And all of a sudden, the lead just continues to shrink. And the fact that we
Celtics.
We lost by 3 is a miracle. But I'm happy that we got that. It's just very interesting. Think about it this way. So that Texas Tech game, we had Seth Wilson come off the bench, score 15 points. Game against Auburn, 1 minute played. He got into foul trouble quick.
Yeah, he had 3 fouls real quick though.
Yeah, he got foul trouble within a minute, and then he couldn't put him back in because Eric Stevenson was as hot as he's ever been. So I mean, and that's the thing is like, are we gonna need to ride our success on him being this super streaky shooter? Are we gonna have him get some help? Like, I think right now, I think we're starting to make some strides with who we want to play on the front court. You're starting to see guys like James Okonkwo come out, and he is playing with some energy, which is what the team has needed coming off the bench.
He put up like 15 on Auburn, didn't he?
Yeah. And giving us some highlights with his blocking.
Yeah.
15 for 15. Yeah. He played 15 minutes in 6, 4, and 1. And I think he had 1 block or 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Can't find it.
So I think right now, I think we're just trying to, and from what I understand, he had around 10 players he played in the first half. He shrunk it down to 7 in the second half. So if that's what we have to do, that's fine. I think we just need to get on a roll. We play TCU, I think tomorrow. So
So the next upcoming game. So we play TCU,
okay.
Oklahoma, Iowa State, Texas, Baylor, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, Kansas, Iowa State, Kansas State.
So that's 10 games right there.
And 1, 2, 3,
6, 7.
4, 5, 6 of those games, or 7 of those games are against ranked opponents.
So think about this: if we were to win 5 out of
All
the
of which
7,
are top 15.
All of them are
all
top
of which
15.
they're all top 15.
Wow.
Iowa's 13, Kansas State's 7, Kansas is 8, Baylor's 11, Iowa's 13, TCU's 15.
Yeah.
Texas is 10.
I mean, think about that. You get wins over, say, 5 of those. I mean, you're still making a hell of a case for a good record to go into conference play. And if we can stay high in conference play, I think the sky is the limit, talking on
but do you
positive
allow
side.
An 18 and 13 team, that say makes it to like the semifinals of the Big 12 tournament into the madness, or do you say no and put them into the NIT?
I mean, it depends on how far you're talking. I mean, I think it would be. It also depends on who they beat. So say they beat TCU, Iowa State, they get Texas, they beat Baylor.
And we can't slouch on Oklahoma because they beat the number 2 team in the country.
Yeah. And then Baylor beat Kansas.
Yep. Kansas has been on. Did Kansas win the other day?
I don't remember.
Kansas beat Kentucky, but lost to Baylor.
Yeah. They lost 3 games in a row. Kansas did.
Yeah. Oh, to ranked teams too.
All their losses this year have been to ranked teams because they lost to Tennessee, Kansas State, TCU, and Baylor.
And Baylor and TCU are both ranked lower than there.
Now, I'm looking at the Big 12 conference standings. It's like everyone could literally be within like a couple of games of each other, depending on losses. Like 6 and 2 round out the top 3 in Kansas State, Texas, Iowa State. You have another 3 schools 5 and 3, which is Kansas, Baylor, TCU. Oklahoma State is 3 and 5, and then 2 and 6, us and Oklahoma, and then Texas Tech, who hasn't even won a conference game, which is like, wow, shout out to like falling from grace. Because like 2 years ago, like nobody could beat Texas Tech.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's funny because I would be like, oh, I think they can win this game, but like I really don't know what game they can win because it depends on how they show up. And if we can have them show up like the way they did the last 2 games, maybe get on a couple game run. So what would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Say they go what, 5-2?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 18-10 going into conference play is not too bad comparing where they started in the beginning of the season.
That's true.
And
Better
that's
than
like
what they
on the
were.
hopeful side.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm not. If they can make the NIT, I'll be happy. I want them to make the big tournament, but they also, I don't think they'd go far in the big tournament if they make it.
Would you rather win the MIT or make or like go like make, I don't know, 4-8?
I'd
Or
rather win the
4-8
NIT.
and
I'd rather win the NIT than go to March Madness and win, say, like a game against a lesser opponent and then go up against a decent team and get destroyed.
gets Purdue and gets absolutely screwed.
Well, we only lost to them by 12 or 10 earlier in the season. So
And I'm glad we only lost to them by like 12 because the way that they be beating up other teams, I'm
Yeah,
like,
they're like
wow.
what,
Yeah, they're the
21
first-
and 1 overall now.
they
or
are the
something?
first all unanimous number one all year. Because
They
they've been
deserve
getting
it.
every year, every week, they've gotten votes
In the
to be
Big
number
Ten, right?
one. And Houston was number one for a while, all this stuff. And then Purdue's just like, no. Hold on.
What a
Hold my beer.
Where is it at? They're in the Big Ten, yeah. Yeah, they're 10-1 in the conference and 21-1 overall.
21-1.
They've only lost at home one time.
Who did they lose to?
Didn't they lose to Rutgers?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 65-64
That's
Yeah, Rutgers hit
At
a last
home.
second shot to
at
win it.
home.
Yeah, they threw
Yeah.
like
And
a
that's
Hail
a
Mary.
that's a isn't that that's a conference loss too?
Yep, Rutgers is in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're Big Ten too.
And I mean, we talked
That's
about it.
not-
Like, it's the teams that are staying together that are making it this far right now.
Yep.
It's the age of that one and done is
It's slowly getting
making its close. I
Yeah.
mean, it's making its close and it's ending. So like, maybe this could be a good thing. Maybe this will convince people to possibly stay a little bit longer. But time will tell.
Yeah. Time will tell. All right, Kevin. Can you tell everybody what jersey you have on?
Pretty much I'm wearing the jersey that Merritt had on last week.
It's a good
Pretty
jersey.
It's his
Yes.
jersey, not mine. He did not borrow it.
What is the theme of this jersey called again? Like reverse retro? I think that's the
I
term.
think so.
Yeah,
I
it's the
mean,
reverse
Andrew-
retro.
Andrew, correct me if
One
I'm
sec.
wrong, if that's what it is.
It
But,
is the reverse retro because the Islander on it is supposed to be like blue and not orange and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. And the jersey is not supposed to be dark navy blue. So
It
they
is
did
the
a
reverse
total
retro.
reverse. Yeah.
Yes, the reverse retro line that Adidas made, not gonna lie, they really did a very good job on them. This
Yeah, they
lovely
look
big
nice.
Islander patch on the back. They have the NHL logo. The back of it has like little like nods to its history. I got a little matching hat to go with it. They even have the little belt buckle thing for like a real hockey player that's like just dangling on me right now, which I think is hilarious. But it's a really nice jersey. I bought it at the store because I wanted to fit in with all the Islander fans. I'm a Ranger fan at heart, so this kind of hurts. But yeah, now this is kind of making me want to go to every hockey team and like just take a look into their stadium because the Devils are by me for a rather close drive, and the Rangers are a bus ride to New York City. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to make it to those arenas for this season, but maybe that could be if Merritt still decides to do this. We're out here season 2.
Hey, it's not up to me. It's up to you guys.
That's true.
If you keep sending me the stuff, I keep making the videos.
Yeah.
That's true. He will.
I don't really have a choice in this.
No, you do have a choice.
You do
could
have a
just,
choice.
Yeah,
You could just say no and be like, I don't want to. But
That's
I also
true.
think you
But
totally enjoy doing it. So
I mean, I have fun, but like, what asshole would just like get a bunch of emails and be like, "Nah, I'm not doing that."
and the worst part is you being my brother-in-law, you're kind of like obligated to do it.
It's kind of awkward for the rest of the family gatherings if
If
I
Andrew just said, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm not doing this
Screw your
anymore.
podcast. I'm not involved anymore.
I'd be like,
I'm gonna start
Wow.
my own podcast.
All right, well, adios
I
to
don't-
the
I can't do that.
YouTube portion of our podcast.
adios to music in our podcast.
Oh my gosh. And that's
It's
what
not that hard, guys.
a lot of
It'll be
people
okay.
have enjoyed our music. I've had a lot of people ask like if we were ever going to change it, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I think we will,
okay.
but like I just don't know like when would be the timing to change it. Because I feel like every time I listen to our podcast, I'm like so used to like the thing, and then like on the We're Out Here series, like the ending song is like kind of like synonymous with that We're Out Here series.
Yeah.
Well, also I love the fact like it starts off really quiet with the music and then drops.
Oh, and it gets really loud.
Gets really loud and then
Yes.
drops back down. I'm like, why does this happen
so
every time?
I have 2 files for the audio that I received for the beginning part. One of them is like 7.5 minutes long. The other is 1 minute and 30 seconds. And the 1 minute and 30 second one, I think the artist like cut the beginning and like the end and just smushed it together and was like, this is the song, but short. And that's what I use for the intro because I'm not a sound engineer. Sorry, guys. I can't do that.
I thought you were that good.
I can try to cut out like what there's like a clip in it or something. Like I can try to fix that. But yeah, music change. If hypothetically, I make no promises as I have very little power in this arrangement. If we ended We Out Here season 1 and the podcast season 2 at the same time, we can introduce season 3 with new music and then We Out Here separate music or one together.
Oh boy, this is going to be a
That would be
conversation to be
pretty
brought offline.
Well, yeah, this will be a
100%.
conversation to talk about when we
there are
properly
options
plan
to the
and
people
such.
interested who hate our music. There are options we can look at.
We can
But
always
also, if you love
change
the
things.
music, feel free to let us know. We can bring back retro music and like play the old stuff if we change it. That'd be fun.
We can do a retro day. So how about
Yeah.
that?
Or like hats and jerseys we've already worn before. Play the old. We can pull out the elevator music just for fun and like bleep out random sections of the conversation.
I mean, I
Oh,
thought that
God.
was what was going to happen last week.
It should have happened.
Nah, Tim Tebow stays.
People shouldn't have stayed. You guys suck.
2-on-1, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
We outvoted you. This is
Yeah,
the
well, you
Estates
got
General.
outvoted
We
last
each get
week,
one
Kevin.
vote.
Yeah, I got outvoted last week. Whatever.
All right, so let's talk about the 2 football games that happened yesterday.
Well, wait, hold on. You didn't tell us what the hell.
Oh
your
yeah, my
was.
hat. Sorry, you gotta get sidetracked. So I'm wearing a dad hat from UNH. So when I went up to the hockey game a couple weeks ago, I was like, I just need a new hat. Which happens every time I go somewhere because I'll probably wear the hat I bought last week with Kevin next week. But yeah, it just says UNH, the University of New Hampshire. Super simple, but also pretty dope at the same time. So
I dig the simplicity.
I do
dig
too. I wish I haven't seen one that has West Virginia on it. I'm like, if they had like a blue with white lettering on it, I'd 100% buy that. They take my money.
Yeah.
Just take it.
And Andrew, got to shout out Andrew's jersey out here too.
I
Rip
have
City.
to rip Damian Lillard. I want to say I wore this like very early on like one of the season 1 episodes I was on. I haven't gotten a new jersey in a minute. I was thinking about repping Josh Allen, but that just made me sad. And Dame put up 60 last week in the most efficient performance ever. And now he's 3rd. I looked it up before the podcast. So he's been balling. So
I know your favorite players are Damian Lillard and Chris Paul, right?
not in the Celtics. Yeah, I like those two. Which gets me a lot of like heat from people. But I'm sorry, I can't shoot the basketball very well. I'm more of like a in the paint sort of like mid-range sort of guy. So people that like are good at shooting, they impress me. I like those guys. So.
I respect that.
I can respect that. Yeah. All right. So now do we
And
talk
then I
about
just have my
football?
standard.
Sure,
Virginia
why
hat.
not?
Well, let's talk about football. Did you guys watch the games yesterday?
Honestly, I was able to. And when I saw Justin Johnson
Oh,
in
God.
for the San Francisco 49ers, I literally texted you guys. I'm like, what the hell is going on right now?
I was more surprised when McCaffrey lined up under center. Um,
Oh, he
but
was their
I didn't.
backup.
Yeah, backup. I didn't watch a ton of it, both because I was in Boston and I was like traveling and stuff. But when I had spare time, I was watching it. I'm very disappointed. Not
Yeah.
This might be the worst arrangement that I could have conceived.
Yeah, it is the worst arrangement unless you're a fan of either one of those teams. Everyone else in the United States right now is just like
Is very upset.
the only the coolest part about this matchup is it's the first time that we'll have two black starting quarterbacks in NFL history in the Super Bowl at the same time. So
Is
that's
that really for
yeah,
real?
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Wow.
it's also the first time that obviously that is much more important, but it's also interesting that it's the first time two siblings have played each other
Mm,
in a
that's
Super Bowl,
true.
which
Yes,
is
that
pretty
is
good.
gonna be
Mama
fun.
Kelsey can't lose, so good for her.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
you
So no,
see Jason Kelsey's tweet? He said, "I'm no longer a Chiefs fan for the rest of the year."
Yeah.
I
Which I
love
don't
him.
blame him.
I don't either. I
Brotherly
wouldn't even
love.
talk. I wouldn't even say
No,
shit to my brother for the next 2 weeks if I was him. I would be like, nope, nope. I don't know him. I don't like him.
Yeah.
don't know you.
Yeah, that the injury to Brock Purdy, they announced it this afternoon. Apparently, he's out 6 months. He tore
Yeah,
his
6
UCL
months.
in his elbow. I don't know what that is. It must be a ligament, I'm assuming, in his elbow, but that's why he couldn't throw it, you know.
Damn, man.
And
Well, I don't even know what play he heard it on.
so when that was
He's
the
the
weird fumble that they called, where the
Mm.
ball, where he like was back like this and he got hit, it was that
Ah.
play. I still don't think it was should have been called a fumble because if you watch the whole play as it goes, when the defensive lineman picks the ball up, the ref had already blown the play dead.
Mm.
So I was like, that shouldn't be a fumble now, since
you called it dead at the time.
you called it dead.
Yeah.
Like, so there was that.
The ulnar collateral ligament in his right elbow, 6 months.
Yeah.
He's seeking a second opinion on whether he needs surgery or not, which is always recommended. And it was on their sixth offensive snap.
Yeah.
He went 3 for 3.
Yeah, he went 3 for 3 for like 30 yards. Pretty
Yeah,
good for him.
that's just super sad because I think like a lot of fans were excited to like see what he can do against this Eagles defense, and then just got hurt, and then it's
And
just like I feel like it just kicked the spirit out of the whole team.
Oh, it did. When Josh Johnson got in there, like,
Oh yeah,
you want us to talk about journeyman of journeyman.
17 teams in 15 years or
Oh,
something.
yeah, something
Is
crazy.
that what it is?
I think it's 17 teams in
Oh.
15 seasons.
Oh my god, why is he still playing? Good god.
I don't know.
That's my question. How is there, as an NFL player, or as
But
he
doesn't make every. I don't think it's 15 years. I don't think he's been around. Has been playing for that long, but he doesn't. So the thing with him is, he make a team, and then he gets cut. Then he goes to the practice squad. Then gets picked up by another team. So it's like he's been on teams. I think he was on like 6 teams in 1 year.
He was on the Bucks from 2008 to 11. In 2012, he was on the 49ers, the Sacramento Mountain Lions, the Cleveland Browns. In 2015, he was on the Cincinnati Bengals, New York Jets, Indianapolis Colts. He was on the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, he has in 2020 he was the XFL passing leader.
Yeah. But he also played against like college dropouts.
Yeah. He's 13 and 16 touchdown to interceptions in career statistics.
That's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah. He's got a passer rating of 70.6.
Oh,
he's got 1 rushing touchdown.
Does he have a throwing touchdown?
Well, yeah, he's got 13.
Oh, yeah,
13 to
that's true.
16 and touchdown interceptions.
Huh.
2,200 yards,
Wow.
400 rushing yards.
Huh. Huh. Good
That's
for him.
crazy.
Making money. But yeah, Josh Johnson, not so good. Then he got a concussion. Then you had to bring in Brock Purdy again. And then McCaffrey played quarterback for what, 2 plays?
Yeah.
It was horrible. Penalties
Talk
for
about a gadget. Right?
oh, I know, but penalties for the 49ers defense was atrocious because all they were on the field for so long.
Yeah, they must have been so gassed after that game.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think they're just so frustrated. That's why, like that end of the
Oh
game, they
yeah,
got all chippy
dude, that
because I think that defense was just like so fed up of like
well, it was even
everything.
the
I think that
defense. It was the offense was out there. The
Yeah.
offense was up. The 49ers offense was out there, and this is why I hate the Eagles, and I hate every aspect of this organization. You're up 24 points, and you're still saying shit and
and their
getting these
coach is
guys.
like egging them on. Like,
And that's what sucked is like you're watching the brawl, and he's like yelling, he's like this on the sideline cheering. I'm like, bro, you're the coach. You need to get out there to resolve it and pull them off and say, what the fuck? Because some of those guys that ran on the field and the guy that got involved and got kicked out, guess what? He's not playing the Super Bowl. He can't. He got ejected from the game, and the consequence is you miss the next game. There's going to be fines for every player that that ran on the field. There could be more ejection. There could be more suspensions from it. So like, you want to say stuff and get in someone's face, great, good for you. But at the end of the day, it could hurt you come 2 weeks from now. Which I'm fine. Well, I don't really care because I'm not going to watch the game. I'm just going to watch halftime. So, like, let's be honest. But like,
I hope Patrick Mahomes throws so many interceptions. So many.
it's the lesser of two evils. I guess I would prefer the Eagles to win because I like Jason Kelly more than Travis Kelce. So,
Yeah, as a
I'm
Boston sports fan and an area native, and I don't like Philly as an institution, as a
ugh,
city, I don't like them.
everything
However,
about them is
I'm a
ugh.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, so I don't really have that Patriots Eagles hatred. I don't like them. I think they're ridiculous, but I don't have that. So what I do have is the largest amount of hate for Patrick Mahomes' career. I think he's the greatest quarterback in the league right now, and I think there's maybe one, maybe two quarterbacks in the league at the end of their careers will look back and say they're better than Patrick Mahomes. But if I just can't listen to how awesome he is, like if he wins the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be surprised if we went on to Sports Center next year and somebody was asking, "Can Patrick Mahomes walk on water?" I don't care.
I am in agreement to disagree. I'm going Pat Mahomes all day. I
I
hate the
respect you for that,
Eagles
Kevin.
so
I
much.
really do.
I
Don't
hate
worry.
the
Trust me. I get it.
Eagles so much,
Is there a way
especially as
that
a guy that works
for
at
the
MetLife Stadium, and you have to
Yeah.
deal with those Eagles fans and how annoying they are. They act like 2017 was last year. It's like
Yeah.
6 years. It's 6 years. And you still hear about them talk about 2017, Nick Foles,
yeah,
whatever.
and then what you do the next year, you got rid of them. So shut the hell up. I
Exactly
don't want to
my
hear.
point. So I'm rooting for Pat Mahomes. But it was funny. I was just thinking about this. So like Merritt had this thing, if the Niners won,
I get it's
I
Purdy
think
jersey.
yes.
Mm.
I feel like I should do some sort of indulging in this to make this a little more interesting. So Merritt,
Well, I'm
I was gonna
out
and
now.
Andrew, I was going to suggest what I should do for this
Ooh.
instance for the Super Bowl.
So you're rooting for the Chiefs, right?
Chiefs.
The
The
Chiefs.
Chiefs all day.
Oh, you know what? Okay. So if the Chiefs win, You gotta get a Juju jersey.
Juju Smith-Schuster. Okay.
Because he's a former Steeler. I think that'd be kind of dope.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
What happens though if the Eagles win? Do we make them do something else?
Do I have to buy Eagles jersey and then I have to
Oof.
sing "Fly Eagles Fly" for Chris?
Oh my god. Oh
Do you
my
want to
God.
think about it first before letting me know?
No. If the Eagles win, you get a Jason Kelsey jersey because he's the dopest player on that team beside Jalen Hurts. And have to sing "Fly Eagles Fly" for Chris.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it because Merritt was on the Brock Purdy thing.
I was on the Purdy
And-
thing and the Joe Burrow thing, and both of them.
Yeah,
failed.
both friggin' failed. All right, so you hear it
Oh.
first. If the Eagles win, I am buying a Jason Kelsey jersey and singing "Fly Eagles Fly" on the next Manly Musings podcast after the Super Bowl.
Are you getting? Oh wait, yeah. Continue.
If the Chiefs win, then I will. If I can find him, I'll get a Juju Smith-Schuster jersey.
Well, you can find Kelsey jerseys on eBay already, so you're good.
Okay. All right.
Do
There
we
you hear
know
it first.
when do we? I have two questions.
Yes.
When do we find out what kits they'll be wearing in the Super Bowl?
It should be this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have to start
my second
prepping them all.
and they have to like sew all the patches on and stuff. Yeah. Second question. Are you gonna get the Super Bowl one? Or
Kevin.
because that one's like ridiculous.
And there's
I
should
see.
There's
Not spend
Juju.
that much money.
That's
Juju.
Juju. Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
Juju's 9, yeah.
I do see. There is like it's kind of like they do it for all the jerseys.
Yeah, it's like the gray
And
one or
The
something.
gray one, and it has the Super Bowl patch. If
Yeah.
that is around, I would get
could do
that
that one.
one.
That was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that one. I think that's a cool one. And like,
I think I'm gonna be honest. I think of all of the jerseys I was sent this week from Merritt, I would have chose like the opposite one. That Merritt chose. It was like, I'm gonna get the white one, and I was like, nah, dude. The
Dude, I
orange
couldn't
and black
find
one,
the
they're
that
so
red with the
much
black.
better.
Like I couldn't find it.
Who gets to pick? Doesn't one team have to pick, and then like the other team gets to choose based off what they pick or something?
Yeah, you basically whoever has the the better record gets to pick their jersey they're wearing.
Yeah, and I remember there was a weird thing last year where
if you wear
if
white,
the
you lose.
Yeah, don't you never pick white. And if the Bengals had picked their white jersey, then if they had picked the white one, then the Rams jersey would
Kelsey,
have had to be
the gray one, and then
Ooh.
hold on, it has the Super Bowl patch. It's like gray with a
Ooh,
little bit of Eagles green.
I would have
I think
gone
it
with the
looks
black
nice.
jersey. I like the black jersey.
yeah, I think the black one is cool.
All right, let's jump over to the AFC.
It was something. It was weird. If the Bengals had picked the white ones last year, then the Rams would have had to wear a uniform with the gradient numbers. But because they didn't choose the white jersey, they couldn't wear the gradient numbers. I don't remember why, but I remember I read a thing on CBS about it.
That makes no sense.
I am
don't-
extremely
It is something
confused.
to do with
All their jerseys had gradient numbers.
No, they didn't. The white ones and the gray ones don't. They have just the solid numbers. Then they have the blue one with the gradient numbers, and then the other white one with the gradient numbers. But
I
they
just got
can't wear. I don't know. It was weird. There's a bunch of
Interesting.
rules about that sort of stuff.
So stupid. All right. So let's just be honest.
Things I think about.
Mahomes' injury did not play a factor at all in that
Nope.
game.
Not at all.
Holy crap. He did not look like he got hurt whatsoever.
He just showed glimpses he was hurting because I think there was
Yeah.
that one play where he was like driving out to the right and he had to like press on his right foot hard and you would be like, he was like, oh, it hurt when
You
he
could
like
see
threw
him-
the pass.
Yeah. But otherwise, what they were saying on Tony Romo on the broadcast, like it did force him to stay in the pocket more than what he's used to doing. And it helped. It was in his favor. He didn't have to run
He did
around.
well.
and-
I was surprised.
I did too.
I
I did
thought
not
he would
think he
rely
played
a
like
lot
that.
more on the movement.
I
He
thought
looked like tactical from what I
Mm.
was seeing.
I thought the Bengals defense was going to get the best of Mahomes. Mahomes,
Eli Apple.
yeah, Eli Apple, just sit down, shut
God, I
up.
hate him.
That
Um,
clip you sent of LaShawn McCoy going in on him was like,
It's all true.
damn.
It is. I just don't
Tell
agree
me-
with the
Well,
the
it wasn't
person he
him making the
used to.
comparison. It was people. People are people were. I was seeing a ton of stuff when his beef with the Bills was going on, and when he started tweeting, I was like, they're gonna lose. Like when you start like talking shit in the divisional round, it's over. Like
Mhm.
Just
not how
keep
you
your
do
mouth
it.
shut. That's all you have to do.
Yep. Especially for Eli Apple. Like, come on. Like if
Yeah,
it were
he's
like Jalen
been-
Ramsey, I would have been like, okay, like you're not as good as you used to be, but you're still Jalen Ramsey. Like,
yeah,
I respect
Eli
it.
Apple
But
has been
Eli
trash.
Apple
He's been
got
trash
burnt in the
for
Super Bowl last year.
he's been trash for so long. It's not even funny at this point. Bengals were off to an extremely slow start. That game was off to a slow start till the Kelsey touchdown in the second quarter. I stayed up and watched the whole thing, which I wish I didn't because it ended so poorly. The Bengals defense, the offensive line was crap. 4 sacks in the first half or first quarter. It was crazy. Joe got sacked like 4 times in the first 3 possessions. It was nuts.
They need to fix that again.
Well,
The
the problem
second
is-
year in a
They
row.
put so much money into it in the offseason, and it
But the
did
problem-
not get that much better at all.
It did. The problem is if you look at who was starting, they only had 1 starter on the field.
Oh, did they?
All those guys besides Karras were reserves, were backups. Last week against the Bills, they had 3 of them, and they had 3 starters out there. 2 of them got hurt. So they had all their backups in. Now these guys aren't slouches, but they're not up to par of what they had bought and brought in. So that offensive line was a lot better. Even though if you watch the game, from the sacks that they had until throughout the rest of the game, that offensive line did play pretty well for the most part, besides the first few drives that they had.
I agree with now that you've said that, and I'm looking right now at the rosters they were starting, that O-line performed somewhat good for who they had out there.
For makeshift,
I do think, but I do think on the season, I want to say it's like 200 mil they spent over the offseason, or like something like it's crazy. And their sack production did decrease this season off last season, but for the money that they invested per player, I'm not impressed. I don't think it's like a bust or anything, but it
doesn't help when
they
they're
had
all
a problem. Exactly, not even. And then they let up 5 sacks, and they lost 32 yards off those sacks. I can't find the breakdown of the quarters and how often they let them up.
I'm pretty sure they had 4 sacks in the first half. And then that penalty at the end of the game. That was horrible. I feel bad for that guy too, because if you watch the play in full speed, it's not like he's trying to hit Mahomes, but they're both right there and his hands are already out and he's already running. So it's like you just keep going. It's a penalty no matter what, because he's out of bounds. But
I saw. So I didn't watch the whole game, so I don't know. And I'm definitely, as I've said, anti-Chiefs. So I see a lot of like anti-Chiefs things online, but I have never seen such a high density of like, this is a bad call. This is a bad call. Like there's so many videos and stuff online. It's crazy. Like I haven't seen any of the Chiefs. So like for all I know, like the Chiefs fans and like their social media could be like pulling out like other examples and stuff. And I didn't watch the full game, so I don't really know. But there's I want to say it was T. Higgins got like body slammed out of bounds.
oh yeah, he
in
got
the second quarter, and there was like no
bounds.
call or anything. Like he walked out of bounds and then got like slide tackled, and then it's you have to. I feel so bad for them, and just in general, so many people had picked them. The line was crazy. I don't remember what I was talking to somebody about it earlier.
Yeah, it was. That would have been the best matchup, though, to watch the 49ers versus the Bengals would have been awesome. Now we're going to watch Jackson Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes do stupid dances and video clips.
You know what? I just thought about something. What would you have done if they both won? Were you getting both
I would have
jerseys?
like thrown a party.
I would have gotten a Purdy jersey still.
Mm.
It was mainly just a backup just in case the 49ers lost.
Mm. And then they ended up both losing.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
That's heartbreaking. That penalty just sucks, though, at the end of the game. And then, like, his teammates, like, all, like, legit, like, all around him. Like, yeah, there's the clip of his teammate going, why the fuck did you push him?
Yeah.
But it's a clip. You're not seeing anything else. And his teammate,
there's a bunch of support and stuff on the sideline.
oh, yeah. And even the guy who said it got on Twitter and he's like, I'm emotional about this game. Like, I put everything into it.
Yeah.
There's going to be times where I'm going to be mad.
Hell yeah.
But I'm still supportive of my teammate. I'm not mad at, like, am I personally mad at him? No. It sucks, but we'll move on and we'll do better next time. So, like, let's be honest, though, this is a team that's going to be in the fold for quite some time.
Yeah.
I know we're going to dive more into this next week with Alico, but what are your initial thoughts on the Super Bowl? Just who do you think wins it at this point?
I am praying Pat Mahomes gets title. Number 2, final score will be 35-24 Chiefs.
Andrew?
So as I mentioned, I'm preying on Mahomes' downfall. However, every time I bet against him, he wins. So as much as I don't want him to win, I'm in the same boat as Kevin. It'll probably be, I don't know, 32-28 or something. 32 is not a great football number, but like it'll be high scoring. I do think it's definitely possible though for the Eagles to win.
I think
it's gonna be a good game.
I think both teams will lose, and Bane is going to come up from the bellows of the stadium and blow the stadium up.
That works.
Epic.
I'm okay with that, but
and it's in Arizona, so like they'll just build a new one. They got plenty of room.
Oh, they just have to open up the dome and just let everyone crisp up.
Just wheel the field out, and then they can play out.
It is pretty cool to watch that happen, though. I've seen that. That is.
I watched a time lapse of it. It's kind of crazy.
I've seen it in person when I lived out there. It is cool. Like this, it just comes out slowly. I do think the Chiefs will win it. I'm going to go with it's a score of 28-24, a little bit lower than you guys. Your thoughts, just because both defenses are decent, and the Eagles defense is a stud, so could be a little bit of an issue if the Chiefs don't have like Hardman and all their other receivers healthy.
Eagles defense is better, but I have more. Chiefs offense is too much of a threat for me to bank that the better defense is going to win.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Only thing though is, I think the Chiefs need to get their guys healthy. I mean, because they literally, thank God, Marquez Valdez-Scantling stepped up for them this weekend, because they were going to be screwed, because it would have just been all Travis Kelce, and he can't do the job all on his own.
And Hardman came back from injury.
Yeah.
And got hurt.
Yeah. So if Kadarius Toney can come back healthy, if Juju can come back healthy, that would be
during the game.
Yeah, that would be extremely helpful for the Chiefs, because if it's going to end up coming down to guys like Moore, come down to like Valdez-Scantling, I don't think that's going to be enough, which is what I'm afraid of. If the Eagles win, is like they might just have a little bit more healthier firepower.
Yeah, just deeper. They don't have to pull it. They're not starting as deep in their bag already. Remember, the Chiefs are already like starting a foot in the grave.
The Chiefs' offense is hurting. Their defense has 8 rookies starting on it, and majority of them are in the secondary. And you're going up against 2 real good wide receivers in Devontae Smith and AJ Brown.
That wasn't a catch.
No, it was not
a catch.
No,
they should have. I'm sorry to like completely derail the question. That was not a catch. It would have been nice if he caught that ball, but that is they should have thrown that red flag so fast.
Well, they didn't get to because they got up on the line so quick.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, they just like ran. I bet he knew.
He definitely knew
they were moving. Yeah.
He was like,
they were moving. There's a great angle of him like he's sliding across the ground and the ball is like sort of cupped, but then you can like look and see that it's like just stuck in the ground. And
it's bad. All right, Kevin, let's talk about this game because you and I were trying to keep track of it while we were at the Islanders game the other night. I will agree that last call was a no call, which was a horrible no call. Like,
it's so bad.
And then I watched it again because I was listening to something that Cedric Maxwell, who's a Celtics reporter and broadcaster and former player, and he goes, watch the play. LeBron travels before he even gets fouled. If you watch it, he takes 3 steps before he even goes up. So yes, there's 2 misses there. The more egregious one is the complete slap on his forearm by Tatum.
Smacked him so hard.
Wow. Like straight up. Like that was bad.
You watch it, Braun isn't even releasing the ball yet. He's bringing it up and Tatum literally smacks his hand down and the ball keeps going up.
So bad. You know what? Here's my thing. Because I know you don't want to give any glory to LeBron because I know you hate LeBron so much.
I'll give glory to LeBron. I love LeBron.
Like,
LeBron's awesome.
And I know his tirade at the end of that was as shocking as anything else.
Dude, his
epic of a.
We'll talk about that in a second. That's its own little thing. Holy crap!
I just feel like, how can you miss that? Like, and there's a picture of the ref, and what makes it even worse is they go back and say we apologize for missing this call. It's gonna haunt us for days. But guess what you did? You still missed the call.
Yeah.
And you going back and admitting that you missed the call does not help.
And the funny part is, they admitted it like during the overtime. They're like, "Oh yeah, we missed this call."
Horrible.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And they gave Pat Bev a tech when he brought up the camera, and it's like, "Look, foul." And like
that was bold to roll up with the camera.
I mean, honestly,
can we just?
That's amazing.
Did you see the Pat Bev putback dunk? That shit was crazy.
I did see that. Shout out to Pat Bev.
I was watching the game on the train on the way home, and I'm just like,
Pat Bev's a dog, bro.
Like, damn. No, that game was a great, Celtics Lakers game. And y'all, they win. They go to overtime. They play hard battles, but definitely a lot of missed calls in the game itself. But the most egregious, of course, is the one on LeBron. But as you just mentioned, he hits him, and I want to give credit's due. Like, we're talking about it's LeBron James. If someone hits LeBron James is still going through it. Tatum is no slouch, but Tatum is no LeBron James in the weight room.
Nope.
So tell me how LeBron James still misses that layup. If he's supposed to, if you're giving him all this,
he's got to fight through that contact.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Better than that.
Yeah,
that's trying to say LeBron is weak and cannot do push-ups.
He probably can't. No, I'm just kidding.
Renege that statement.
I renege
that.
That's definitely coming off. But like,
no, that's staying. Just like Tim Tebow.
Oh my god, the Tim Tebow thing is never going to go away.
Oh my god,
forever
live Tebow.
We're gonna make shirts. They're gonna say Tim Tebow, and it's gonna be in the Manly Music spot.
Oh yeah,
oh my god,
Tebow mania. But like, I get the foul. It sucks that it wasn't called. The way he reacted
hilarious.
Straight up
Epic.
straight up pathetic little baby tantrum. That's
He
what it
threw a
was.
tantrum. Yep.
Like kneeling down and look like you're crying because like you literally just lost like a child or however like what it looked like. Stop it. Stop it. You are nearly a 40-year-old man playing a sport. And you get paid
millions of
millions
dollars.
and millions of dollars for it. Get mad, be upset, walk off the court. That's my opinion. But I want to hear what you guys, your thoughts, because I said this would be a fun thing to talk about. So, Kevin, let's go.
Sure. I mean, I'm looking at it from this standpoint. It is Lakers versus Celtics. It's, one of your top historic rivalries. You are in the heat of the moment. I mean, I didn't watch the whole game, so I can't really judge of like what other calls are being made and everything. But at the same time, if I'm LeBron James and I know I freaking got fouled and it happened right in front of a referee, I would be extremely upset too. I don't know if I would jump around like that or slap the floor. I mean, it could be a combination of me yelling a lot of words that would have to be blurred out on this podcast. But I know people are he's turned himself into a meme. That's what it's gonna be.
Again.
There's already memes out there. There's Patriot ones of like a Patriot head on his face running around and be like, at least we have the halftime show.
I understand his frustration. He's playing for a Lakers team that, hold on, let me go ahead and see where they are in the standings. Lakers are currently 13th in the West, so very far. He's trying to do his best to win. And he's frustrated. And if I'm LeBron, I would be frustrated as well when he's not winning. He's a competitive guy. He wants to be playing in the playoffs right now. He's wasting his life away in LA.
Well, he's sitting tonight in Brooklyn.
Well, shout out to him.
And
I mean,
it's still
he and Davis are sitting. They're not playing.
Good for him. Shout out to Rui making this start.
The LeBron doesn't play KD streak continues because KD's injured again. It's like 2018 since they played each other or something now.
Yeah, it's 11 straight games. They haven't played each other.
Yeah. So there is a point. There is a point that the Lakers have, which I don't think justifies LeBron's tantrum in the paint of the Celtics court. But LeBron is the 6th highest scorer in the league right now. He's averaging 30.2 points per game, and he's only shooting 6.5 free throws per game.
Oh,
that is pretty bad.
He's 17th in the league. Luka, Giannis, and Embiid are averaging like twice as many within like 5 points as many per game. So not that it justifies screaming and yelling and throwing yourself around on the floor, but he doesn't get the call.
Right. He definitely doesn't get the call anymore like he used to.
He's gotten the call for the most part of his entire career. So it's kind of funny to see him not get the call now, but he has a point. He does not go to the line nearly as much as anyone who is as productive as he is. Do I think that justifies him rolling around and punching the ground? No. But it's a good point. And I guess as a team, the Lakers have come down to like more games where if they scored the last score and were fouled, they could have won but have lost or something like that. I read it on SportsCenter the other day. I couldn't find the
interesting
article, but they're in like more clutch time losses than I think any team in the West, and like they're top 5 in the whole league or something. They're upset because every time, to their perception, they score at the very end of a game, they get fouled and they don't get the call. But just because you're within 3 points and you get a layup doesn't mean you get the call. He should have gotten the call this time. He should have. That was foul. But I don't know. I don't watch the Lakers, so I don't.
Could also played better defense on the possession that Jaylen Brown scored on.
could have played better defense the whole game.
Yeah.
And not been within 5 in the
But
last 5
you know
minutes.
what? I watched the last quarter or so of the game. The Lakers outplayed the Celtics
Oh yeah.
for a good portion of the second half. And the Celtics came back, and they're the fashion that they have majority of their wins this year, and come back and won. And it does suck the way it ended for LeBron, but please stop throwing and being like a little baby about things. I think that's why I don't like him. It's just his persona.
Yeah. There's also way too many games in the NBA season to care this much about a game in January.
He cares this much because his Lakers are on the outside looking in, and they need every win that they can get.
They need every win they can get. Yeah, but it's not like they're not locked out yet. Like
no,
not that.
But
like,
they also
it's not easy. They have definitely like a long walk and fight
they
to
also
get to where they need to go.
Have Anthony Davis play and not sprain an ankle in midair.
Yeah,
seriously,
how does that happen? How do you jump up fine?
I don't know.
And land injured.
Miracles.
Only Anthony Davis. All right. That's all we got. Kevin, did we miss anything?
Yes, we did.
Oh no. I
Not
did?
really miss anything, but I just wanted to bring this little fun fact.
Ooh,
I found this on Twitter. It's from Mike Asti. He's like a WV columnist.
Okay.
But I thought it was a little fun fact to share.
Ooh.
He goes, while being at the Shrine Bowl, because he was covering Dante Stills, who was there.
Mm-hmm.
He also noticed that there was a scout from the WWE there. He talked to him. He said, this is what the quote says. There's a scout from the WWE here at the Shrine Bowl. I talked with him some, and he's here doing the complete opposite of the rest of us that are scouting. And he is scouting which players will likely not get drafted. It's part of WWE's strategy to find athletes instead of wrestlers and other promotions, which is true. That is a very interesting thing because they do have their performance center in Orlando. And one of the things they wanted to try and do under the new regime is, instead of going to all of these independent promoters and promotions and just picking up their talent, WWE would find, a collegiate athlete that just graduated school, young, looking to stay in an athletic field, and see if they're able to capture the storytelling that they do in a WWE ring. A lot of wrestlers, WWE has been doing this for many years. It's just that they put an emphasis on the last couple of years because of like COVID. It's hard for them to find talent. And think about it this way, like if you think about some really renowned wrestlers, The Rock, he was a former Division I athlete. Goldberg, official Division I athlete, played professionally for the Atlanta Falcons.
Brock Lesnar.
Wrestler.
John
also
Cena.
Played Minnesota Vikings. John Cena, Division II
collegiate
football player.
Yeah, he's a football player. Yep.
And then think about guys like The Undertaker. He played collegiate basketball. So
wait, he played basketball?
Yeah, he played basketball. It's just his first year he was going to go to Germany. He shattered his leg and realized he didn't want to go through the pain to get ready for an offseason. So then he started wrestling.
Cool.
So really cool thing there to share. Who knows? Maybe we might find a former WVU athlete taking their talents if they didn't make it in the NFL.
Well, we have one, but she played soccer.
Yeah, she is signed, played soccer for us, but we don't know what she's doing yet. She's still in the developmental stages, but pretty cool. I thought I'd just add that fun fact.
I like that one. That was a good one.
To end the day. Shout out to Andrew for joining us. We miss you out here, and you have trivia.
Yep. Don't touch it though. Keep your cursor right there.
Oh man.
All right. So because the Super Bowl is right around the corner, we'll probably do some Super Bowl trivia questions. So I thought this one was a fun one. Kind of the same idea as from a couple weeks ago with Cyrus. But what company has the most commercials during the Super Bowl?
Is this historical or like per Super Bowl?
I would say both.
I guess
Budweiser,
Doritos?
Anheuser-Busch.
Which one
Kevin,
of us is that?
Kevin,
Kevin?
Anheuser-Busch company has the
Yeah,
most
that makes sense.
Super Bowl commercials, which definitely makes most sense because they have the Clydesdales in almost all their commercials. So look at Kevin. Kevin's like, I finally got a trivia question right.
Kevin got one.
Thank God. My God.
I'd be interested to see Frito-Lay because I feel like Doritos is always like, I can think of like a bunch of different Doritos commercials during the Super Bowls. They had that weird monkey baby thing like a few years ago.
Oh yeah,
All those
forgot about that,
dogs
man.
eating Doritos, and then there was like the lady giving birth with the Doritos.
Oh my God.
So
Freaking weird.
many.
You know what I remember, speaking of Super Bowl commercials, I'll never forget that like Super Bowl commercials. One of the things I remember being younger, they always had all those GoDaddy.com commercials.
Oh my God, the GoDaddies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, those are
Epic.
funny. I think my favorites were, didn't they do the What's Up commercial was a Super Bowl commercial?
That did get big in
What's
the Super Bowl.
up?
My God. Classic.
Yeah, let's just date me by like 20 something years on that one. Holy
You're
crap.
you're doing great. Now, Merritt, what song since we're talking Super Bowl, because we're not going to be on,
Ooh.
so we're preview. What song are you waiting for Rihanna to perform?
Oh.
I know which one I want.
Mm. The one that comes to mind because like I know it is I used to play at the gym all the time at West Virginia was S&M.
Okay,
I think that one. I think that one would be kind of dope.
I've used that as a Zumba warm up.
Yep, you have. Yep.
Me, I feel like if she's gonna throw some classics, I would love for her to do Umbrella.
I was thinking that.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna
Yes!
say
I feel like there's
guaranteed she
more.
plays Umbrella. Guaranteed. Come on,
has
she has
to.
to. She has to.
All
It
right, let's
has to
see.
happen. I'm sorry. Like first grade Andrew would be so happy because not first grade, but like young Andrew would be so happy.
Umbrella.
Dude, she has so many songs.
Oh my God.
Diamonds.
Yeah, well, she's worth $1.4 billion or
Yes,
something.
she is the first black female like artist to ever be worth that much money.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just be all right. This is from Consequence Sound.
She's from the Barbados.
Yep. She lives in New York now too.
Yeah.
So these are what they think are her top 10 songs. This is from 10 to 1. Umbrella is 10.
Umbrella's 10? Oh my
That's
Lanta.
shameful.
Pawn de Replay is 9.
On the Pond replay.
SOS is 8.
SOS.
Please don't stop the music.
That one's good. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good line dance song.
Needed Me. I don't remember that one. Disturbia.
Disturbia.
Unfaithful. I don't know that one.
That's the slow one. That's a slow song.
Okay. Take a Bow. That's actually a good one too.
That's a really good one.
Love on the Brain. And then number 1 is Work. Oh,
what?
That's
really? Crap. That's crap.
It's got Drake on it. That's why it's ranked number 1.
Why did you put what? No, I wouldn't even put that in top 10.
I think that's wrong, but it makes sense to me that a website would rank that number 1.
Oh,
that's the most like corniest song out there. That is crap.
Drake is on it. Come on now.
You know what we should do? Just hold on.
Manly Musings ranks Rihanna.
Like they didn't put Love the Way You Lie on there.
Well, that's an Eminem song.
Oh, do they consider that an Eminem
So
song?
yeah,
Okay.
I think it is. I think she's a feature on that.
Yeah.
What about What's My Name? Oh, nah, nah. What's
What's
my
my
name?
name?
That's a
All right.
classic.
Top. All right, this is top 30. I'm not doing that.
And bitch
Top
better have my
30.
money. How do we not have bitch better not have my money?
I love that
That's
song.
a great song.
I
That
found a
song
top
might be my
26
favorite.
Rihanna
Okay,
song.
so this is according to Billboard.
Okay,
Top
this is a
100.
better.
This is
This is
Billboard.
a better source.
I was gonna. There's 30 songs. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do
Top-
top 10.
Top 10. Yes, that's
So
good.
starting at number 10. This is what you came for with Calvin Harris.
Okay, that's
And
that's
this is,
respectable.
I guess, like it seems like, who she's in there with too. Diamonds, good song.
Is this the Billboard top 30 songs that you're looking at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rude Boy,
Boy, take it
Take a
up.
Bow.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Disturbia, Umbrellas 5.
Damn
So
right it should be.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Work Again is up here.
It's crap.
Eminem featuring Rihanna, Love the Way You Lie.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
T.I. featuring Rihanna, Live Your Life. That's a good song too.
Ooh, that's fire. Yeah.
Rihanna.
That's like our college years.
Yeah. Rihanna featuring Calvin Harris, We Found Love.
Oh my god, that's like #1 wedding song. That's true. I
Mhm.
respect that.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
found love in a hopeless place. Yeah.
Oh my god, this
Good
YouTube
jam.
video is gonna be so stupid.
Oh my god, I can't.
This whole
These are gonna
segment.
be the Instagram posts.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna put
Next
Rihanna
videos.
like subtly in the back.
Can you
No, I don't
please?
think I do that I can't for copyright. I don't think, unless she has like a public domain song. If she has a song where she doesn't seek royalties, then I'll try. But I don't think
Okay.
she has any.
I could possibly try and put it on our Instagram post if there's one.
Yeah, if
Ooh,
you can
you
put
do
it,
it
you can
that way.
definitely put it. Yeah,
Ooh. Okay, so this is from Insider, top songs for her. And this is
Okay.
from 1 to 10. SOS.
Now, are these like her songs or like anything just like featuring her?
It looks like it's just her songs.
Okay.
So SOS is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Umbrellas 2. Take a Bow is 3. Disturbius 4. Live Your Life is 5. Rude Boy 6. Love the Way You Lie is 7. What's My Name is 8. Only Girl in the World. That's a good song
Make
too.
me
9.
feel only girl
S&M
in the world. S&M, that's
is
jam.
10. There we go. Finally. We Found Love is 11. Diamonds is 12. The Monster. Oh, okay.
Man,
Work.
just thinking about like how many damn hit songs Rihanna had.
I never
So
realized I
good.
knew so many Rihanna songs.
No, it's because she does.
Like I knew
It's crazy because I'll never forget. When I was younger, I went to Usher's 8701 tour, and Rihanna was the opening act, and it was her singing like "It's in the song Bondi Replay." Like that whole style of hers was like hit then, and then she just became a phenomenon. So shout out to Ree.
good for her.
All right, Kevin. Get
She's
us
been
out of
around
here.
a while.
What a way to end the, what a way to end the podcast. Hold on. I want to get something to end this this podcast to make sure I got it. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Yes. Okay, so here we go. I'm ready to outro it up. So y'all, episode 69 overall. That's pretty legit. Mary, really? Oh my gosh, we're so
In the
oh
Manly
my
Music
god,
Podcast,
but yes,
we do not promise to be mature.
yeah.
No, there's no promises of
All
that.
right, so episode 69 overall, episode 17. You guys said right?
17.
17 for season 2. So for those of you guys that are watching us on the YouTube, feel free to leave us a comment or a review at our page, the Manly Musings Podcast. Please make sure if you guys are listening to us, we're all available on a bunch of different streaming platforms. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Amazon Play. We'd love to hear some reviews. So feel free to listen and give us some reviews. We also have our podcast Instagram, the Manly Musings Pod. You can follow Merritt at his personal Instagram at Merritt_P. Follow Andrew at his Instagram at AMelville56. Follow me at my Instagram at CakeFlavor624. And while I leave you with some wise words,
Oh boy.
when the sun shines, we'll shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took an oath, I'ma stick it out till the end.
Oh,
Now
my
that it's
God.
raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. That you can stand under my umbrella. Ella, A.
Wow.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.